Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Eng.Med Modern School. So in the previous video we have just started our new chapter, that was chapter number 3, separation of the substance. See here, just open your page number 31. In that we have seen some of the methods of these separation. In that, first of all, in the previous video we have just seen the threshing. So first of all, just revising this previous video, just revising that video, method of separation, I am just reading that we separate substance from our various reasons. For example, sometimes one may separate chilies or species from the food if one doesn't like them much. One may also pick out cherry from a piece of cake if one is especially fond of them. We will learn about the different methods of separation in this chapter. See here, threshing. First of all, we have seen in previous video about threshing. So what was threshing? The process of beating the harvested crop to separate the grains from the stalks is called threshing. Okay students, so what is threshing? I just explain in these simple words that when the crop is just ready to use or ripen, then after one stalk, means if we say that it is just beaten in the hard surface, then after this grains are separated and fallen down. Okay students, this process is called threshing that we have seen. I am now just reading that. See here, we eat rice and wheat. How are these produced and processed? When wheat and rice crop plants mature, they are harvested. When these plants are just ripen and then after these are cutted or harvested. Okay students, after harvesting, the grains have to be separated from the stalks of dried stem. Means if I say in Hindi that the dali which is there in the ripened plant, then after these are to be, grains are to be separated from that. Okay students, this is done by threshing. The process of beating the harvested crops to separate the grains from the stalk is called threshing. Threshing can be done manually using animals or with the help of machines. See here, there is an image over here, 3.1 types of harvesting. That is, first of all, manual threshing. You can see here a lady is just beating that stalks on the hard surface, and at the down you can see that the grains are just fallen down there, and here you can see the another picture. There is threshing with using animals. These animals just move around by and these grains are separated. Okay students, in threshing, manual threshing, a person takes a pile of harvested crop and beat it on a rock or any other hard surface. Sometimes cattle are made to walk repeatedly over a pile of harvested crop, and both these processes separated the grain from the stalk. Threshing can also be done using machine called threshers. So the threshing which is done using machine, that machine is called threshers. Okay students, then after what we have seen? We have seen the winnowing. So for before seeing winnowing, there is an paragraph reading that after this threshing, the process is winnowing. In that we have just this grains when separated from the stalks. Okay students, then after this grains have some of these impurities in that. So the grain may still contain impurities such as tiny pieces of leaves or stems and some seeds covering. These impurities are called chaffs. Chaffs must be removed so the grain can be processed into the flour. How do you think this can be done? Okay students, so by winnowing process, this we have seen in our previous video, this threshing and winnowing. So see here, grain is heavier than the chaff. Chaff means the small leaves which are just come with the grains, there that is to be separated so it can be just flowed. Okay students, the grain can be processed into flour. So just reading winnowing, grain is heavier than chaff. The property of grain is used to separate it from the chaff by using the action of wind. Okay students, grain and chaff mixture is held high from the ground in the basket, then the mixture is allowed to fall slowly. The grain being heavier fall vertically, chaff of the other hand is lighter and then therefore blown away by the wind from separate pile. The method used to separate chaff from the grain by the action of wind is called winnowing. See here, I am just drawing a picture of it. See here, we have to take a table over here. Okay students, in the table we have to stand over here. I am just not a drawing teacher, so my drawing is weak, so you have to just imagine that any man or a woman is standing over here. Okay students, no, this side the hand will be on this side, and just in the basket the grains which are separated by threshing is there. Okay students, and then after, this table is 2, it will just, okay, now this is just slowly thrown down towards downward. Then what will happen, the grains which are with the shops is to be slowly just thrown down, and when the grain particles which is heavier than the shops will just go at the bottom over here, and here some of these plastic thing, or it is just kept so that all the grains don't go out and just impure again. Okay students, see here, this grain will go down because it is heavier than the chaff, and this chaff will just due to wind go out. This will go out. Due to wind, this will just blown away. In this way, these leaves, particles and some other impurities will just blown by the wind. Okay students, this is manually, and it is also done by machine. See here, there is a both picture over here. You can see that, see here, the chaff that gets separated from the grain is used as fodder for cattle. Okay students, see here, machines such as combine harvester are used by farmer for harvesting, threshing and winnowing. See here, you can see machine that is 3-in-1 machine. In that machine, harvesting is also done, threshing is also done, and then after at last you can just see and just pipe comes out, and from that the pure grains comes out without any impurities. Okay students, you can see here the picture, and then after there is an activity, just reading that activity to observe the process of winnowing. A plate, rice grain and small pieces of paper, a chair and a mat. See here, this you can do at your home. This winnowing process, what you have to do, you have to take some grain. Okay students, in any of the utensils, okay students, or any of the vessel you have to take grain. If you have take a grain in this, okay students, you have to mix the grains with small pieces of paper. You can see here, I am reading that, take some rice in a plate and mix in this. You can take any grain, but here in the textbook it is given rice. Okay students, so take some rice in a plate and mix small pieces of paper in it. So first of all, you have to make small papers, cutting papers. Okay students, if it is big, then it will not just blow with the wind. Okay students, why? Because as the paper is big, it is heavier, so you have to make small pieces of paper and you have to mix rice and that paper in any bowl or vessel or utensil. Okay students, so now what we have to do, find an open sauce space that has moving air and place a chair. So first of all, you have to find an open space. You can't do this at your home. Why? Because in your home there are some of these walls. Due to that, the wind can't come inside. Okay students, and if you have to do this at your home, then you have to put a table fan, and just on that table fan, and this wind will create. Okay students, but the table fan's height must be high. If it is at the bottom, then it will not just separate out. So your table fan is to be fast and just height is to be more. Okay students, and then after when you just come upon the chair, and you just have to put the rice and these small paper cutting down, then this small paper cutting will blown away. Okay students, and the rice will come down. Why? Because the grains are heavier. Okay students, here reading further. Spread a clean mat on the ground. Yes, you also have to spread a clean mat on the, else where the grains will fall, they will fall on the ground and again it will impure. Okay students, next stand on a chair and drop the mixture of the rice and paper pieces slowly by shaking the plate. Observation, see here, the rice grain falls in a heap closer to the chair. The paper pieces drop at the distance. Okay students, then after as we have put this paper will just move further and fallen down, means these rice and small paper cutting will be separate out. See here, conclusion, the moving air carries the light particle paper pieces away from the heavier grain grams. Okay students, this we have seen, up to this we have seen in our previous video. Now in this video what we will see is hand picking. So what is hand picking? First of all, so what is hand picking? First of all, see here, I am just reading the first paragraph and you can see that what is hand picking. See here, grains and pulses generally contain small stones and other unwanted materials as impurities. This needs to be separated before cooking. See here, now you will say me that we have just separated these impurities. We have just separated this impurity using winnowing. Okay students, but by winnowing only the lighter particle which are in impurity, they will just blown away. But the heavier impurity like stones and some of these stones are just go down with the grain. Why? Because it is heavier. So it is to be separated before cooking. So the process of that separating that impurity is hand picking. You have seen at home that our mother is just separating some stones from the grains. Okay students, so why? Because some stones are then as impurity. If it will be cooked, then just it comes in our bite, then our just teeth can break. So see here, I am reading it again. Grains and pulses generally contain small stones and other unwanted materials as impurities. These need to be separated before cooking. Hand picking is a process of removing impurities by hand. Hand picking is preferred when the quantity of the mixture is small. Impurities are few in numbers and impurities can be easily spotted due to their different size, shape and color. Okay students, see here, there are some conditions of the hand picking. See here, the first condition is hand picking is preferred when the quantity of mixture is small. Means not the thousands of ton can be separated by hand picking. Only like I say 100 grams or more and more up to 200 grams it can be separated, or up to more 1 kg. And if we tell that thousands of ton can't be separated by hand picking. Okay students, so the first condition is hand picking is preferred when the quantity of the mixture is small. Okay students, and impurities are few in numbers and impurities can be easily spotted. See here, first of all the impurities are few in numbers, the grains are more and impurities are less, then only this hand picking can be done. This is our second condition. And see here, impurities can be easily spotted due to their different size, shape and color. Okay students, how can be impurity spotted? Very easy, because their shape, size and color is different from that grain. Okay students, so this is what is hand picking. Now going towards sieving. See here, what is it? A sieving has holes that allowed small particles to pass through it. Sieving is used if the substance to be separated are of different size. For example, small pebbles are separated from sand at construction site by the process of sieving. The small pebbles remains on the sieving and the finer salt particles pass through the holes of the sieving. See here, now we have gone to the sieving. What is sieving? Let us see that. Okay students, see here, first of all I am writing the definition in the board that is given here. See here, the method by which two substances are separated by passing the mixture through sieve is called sieving. Okay students, so this is the definition or the function which is done by sieving. See here, I am reading it. The method by which two substances are separated by passing the mixture through sieve is called sieving. Okay students, in that we have, this is the common example we have seen. The construction site, at the construction site the small sands are just separated from the big, these stones and big sands. Okay students, and this is used. So if we talk in Gujarati that gurney, okay students, it is just filter out the big particles and the small particles will be separated out of the sand. In the most of the construction sites this is done. Okay students, see here, it is written also over here, these small pebbles are separated from a sand at construction site by the process of sieving. The small pebbles remains on the sieving and the finer salt particles passes through the holes of the sieve. Okay students, see here, there is an example, or before going through this activity, sieving is also used to separate wheat bran, the bigger particles, from the wheat flour in our homes. We have seen that before using the wheat flour, our mother just filters it by the sieving. Okay students, To observe sieving, 3 to 4 tablespoons of rice flour, 1 tablespoon of rice grain and old newspaper and a sieve. See here, now we will see this activity you can do at your home. See here, first of all what we have to do, we have to take 3 to 4 tablespoon of rice flour, then after 1 tablespoon of rice grains and old newspaper and a sieve. Okay students. Now method, mix rice flour with rice grain. In this you have to mix just rice flour with rice grain. After mixing this, sieve the mixture on a newspaper. You have to put down a newspaper, old newspaper, and just put that flour and grains in the sieve, and then after observe that the content on the sieve and on the newspaper. You will see that the rice grains are on these sieve and the other rice flour will go down at the newspaper. Okay students, you can do at your home, but you have to take care that your fan is not on, else these flour will just scattered here and there. Rice grains are present on the sieve, the flour gets collected on the newspaper. The rice grains remained on the sieve as their size was bigger than the holes in the sieve. Flour being fine passed through the holes of the sieve and fell on the newspaper. Thus, sieving can be used to separate particles of different size. Okay students, this is sieving. Then after we will see is okay students, in this video we have just seen the two topics, that is hand picking and sieving. So first of all, what is hand picking? The big impurities. Okay students, the big impurities which is not separated by winnowing process or winnowing. Okay students, then after this hand picking is done, the lighter particles of the impurities just separated out from the winnowing, and then the heavier particles as impurity is just taken out by the hand picking. Okay students, but there were some of the conditions in that you have to read. Okay students, then after we have seen sieving. What is sieving? The method by which two substances are separated by passing the mixture through sieving is called sieve is called sieving. Okay students, in this video we have seen this both. Then after, now in the next video we will see our topic is sedimentation and dictation. Okay students, up till then stay safe, stay home. Before just closing the video, please note down your homework. So your today's homework is read hand picking and sieving. And next, in hand picking you have to write the conditions of hand picking, and in sieving you have to write an example. Okay students, conditions means the conditions that the quantity must be in small quantity, and some of these according to shape, color and size that I have explained you, that you have to write in this. And in sieving example, there was an example of construction that you have to write in your homework. Okay students, up till then stay safe, stay home. Okay, bye students.